Right, well here we are then, ready for more Daily Race C here on Gran Turismo, back at the Austrian Grand Prix circuit, otherwise known as the Red Bull Ring. This is going to be an absolute Subaru showdown, but yeah, Fernando Alonso on pole position for this one today, so fingers crossed we can have a good, clean, tidy race here. 12 laps ahead of us though, around the Austrian GP circuit, so should be just under a 20-minute race. But yeah, just want to try and get some good, solid, sort of driver rating points on the board. Fingers crossed, keep our SR intact as well. A rolling start for this one. We've had quite an even split between rolling and standing starts so far on Gran Turismo 7, but about to go green, and it is going to be green flag racing then here in Austria. Can we try and get nicely tucked into the slipstream immediately off the Swiss man just in front of us as we head down through turn 1. I absolutely hate the bump on the inside there. You don't get that on F1 2021, but you certainly do here on iRacing, and I think, yeah, the slipstream is definitely going to be key today. Of course, so many long straights around this circuit. We'll have to wait and see what happens, as it looks like Fernando already under pressure at the front of the field. Turn 2 as well. Very, very difficult to try and put the power down, and at the moment we've just got nothing against the guys in front. 1.1 back already. We've got to hope they battle, I think, early on here, because, I mean, if we fall out the slipstream very early on, that is probably not a good sign for the rest of the race. So you can just see trying to push through turn 3. It's not done me any favours either there, as we've got P2 and P3 going side by side as we head down the hill. And that is John Wick going up against a Red Bull liveried car, as that is just giving Fernando a golden opportunity to try and break away here early. Got to be careful though, track limits through these next couple of turns. Very, very easy to pick up a half-second penalty there. And now we've got two Brits just not far behind us either as we head down in towards the final corner. Tip it in third gear there. Want to be getting on the brakes at around about 75 metres. And then through the final corner, just drop it off that final curb there. And actually getting a nice run this time round on the Swiss driver in front. But end of lap 1, 1.2 seconds back from the car in front. 1.7 clear of the guy behind. The Swiss guy doesn't really maximise that first corner once again, and despite that we still can't take any time out of him. That is not reassuring early on here. We're going to need a lot of battles as John Wick now commences chase on Fernando. A lot of understeer there as we head down the hill. That's going to throw away a couple of tenths at least on the exit of the corner there. Gran Turismo 7 though was really weird in the sense of sometimes you can understeer quite badly into a corner, but just because you can get on the throttle on the exit quite early, because of the weird way this traction system works on this game now, doesn't actually mean you're entirely screwed every single time. There is, I think one of the cars in front did have a half-second penalty. That might allow us just to get a little bit closer, or at least allow them to battle just a little bit more as we head down through the final couple of turns again. Right, to run too wide through the penultimate corner, and then through the final turn there again, taking a lot of curb. There's John Wick, yeah, certainly, well, Polish John Wick even, I should say, now start to apply some pressure to the Spaniard. But now we've got the Dane and the Swiss driver just in front, of course. Oh, that's not good. Oh, you don't want first gear through turn 1 there. We completely jump over the curb on the exit. Is that going to be a half-second penalty? Hopefully the game thinks we lost time. No, it does not. That is not reassuring there, as these two still battling it out as we head up the hill. I'm just getting all my braking points all over the show at the moment. Oh, there we go. Danish guy's gone, so we do gain a place to spike that. Some of the worst driving I've done in recent week, as I have just read the guy who's now in P6's name. That is, I mean, I shouldn't laugh at that, but that is such a gem of a joke. A little bit of a wobble as we head down through turn 5 and in towards turn 6 there, but we are going to take this half-second penalty. And that's just going to put us a little bit further back towards the Brit behind. Actually, I think he must have had a penalty as well there. Maybe you can see just the Swiss guy in front just further extending the gap at the moment. Is really not sure whether second gear is the right way to go through that final corner there. If you can leave it in third, you might be able to get a slightly better run off the exit, but I just don't feel confident trying it at the moment. It's back down towards turn 1. That's how you hit the apex through the first corner, but we still just could not get on the throttle on the exit. And how is the Swiss guy so much faster on corner exit than me every time there? We think we're gaining on him, and somehow no, he still pulls away. There we go. finally now starting to put the time down at the correct way there. I don't know if he just made a bit of a mistake or what, but yeah, a couple of tenths in the pocket gain. They're actually gaining a little bit more. I think he had a slowdown. I didn't see him ghost up the road. I think we're just slowly getting more and more confident with the car. As you can see out the final corner that time round, new personal best for us as Alonso has gone quicker than I could in practice. Just casually 4 laps into a race. Oh! Don't do that too often. And yeah, pretty much all that time we just gained is going to evaporate again. But we have definitely, when we got it hooked up, still got some good pace against the Swiss driver. The final corner gap now down to under 2 seconds here. So maybe we've just nursed the tyres a little bit better early on. I don't think tyre wear should have much of a role in this race. But yeah, we've just got to try and learn what he's doing out of turn 1 there to really gain the advantage to the ears. Perhaps it is just the power of the short shift in this thing, because for the first time today we basically matched him on the exit of turn 1 there, so I reckon he's just running a gear higher than me on a lot of corner exits, and that's allowing him to gain the time. We'll leave it in second gear then out of here. Probably should have used first on the apex, and yeah, look at that, immediately the gap doesn't go up that time round. Okay, we're slowly figuring things out once more on Gran Turismo 7. Clearly, the WRX nature of this car, it just allows it to grip up on corner exit if you're in 1 gear higher. Come on, we can do this. I must admit, that annoys me every time when I head through turn 4 and turn 5. Just that glimmer that we get off the guy in front there. Is all someone else has retired. Second rage quit of the day, I think. But yeah, we are just slowly taking time. This Swiss guy's all running very, very wide over the curves that time round. Don't know if we'll get away with that. Keep our foot in it, though, through the final corner. I think we have just about got away with it. Gap now under 1.8. We've just got to try and get within the DRS range. Sorry, the slipstream range, even, I should say. As you can see now, he's having to be a bit braver over the curbs on corner entry. Perhaps he's just starting to panic a little bit, and I seem to be closing in as another one bites the dust. Just see he's not really hitting his apexes, as we just seem to be getting faster and faster as this race goes on. Gap now floating dangerously close to that 1 second zone. I think it's only about 3/4 of a second, if I remember correctly, the slipstream range on Gran Turismo 7. But if we can get within that, then we are definitely within this battle there. As you can just see how wide he's running at the final corner, and this is starting to get closer, and he picks up a half-second penalty as well as we set new personal best of the day. It is all starting to unravel here for the Swiss driver, and this is exactly what Gran Turismo is all about. You know, we had no pace against him early on in this one. I thought it might have been a bit of a write-off and maybe a bit of a slow race after that, but no. This is now well and truly on as we head up the hill. You can just see how much extra time you gain, but of course you have to balance that out by just being a little bit earlier on the brakes, as you do not want to try and accelerate that early if you're taking that line on corner exit here. But this battle is well and truly on. Less than 4 laps to go here from the Red Bull Ring. We've started to set consistently down into the 29s. As, I mean, we don't really need to risk a move at the moment because we should get a freebie in just a second. They're understeering a little bit as we head through turn 3, but just trying to fill this guy's mirrors, fill his radar as well, I'm sure. Just see if we can try and force any more errors out of him there. As you can see, both of us just learning the lines in the car. Surely now, I've said, unless we make a mistake out of here, we should be able to slot up into P4 of the race. He's going to let me keep the race in line there, so good fair racing by him. Nice always to see. But now, he has gone from the hunted to the hunter late on in this racer as I try not to exit out of track limits. I think he's made a bit of a mistake again. As we head out of the final corner, he is going to start gaining once more, but has he picked himself up another penalty here? Unfortunately, I don't have a look back bind on Gran Turismo 7 at the moment, so I can't even tell, I don't think, as, oh, he's not got to run out of turn 1 either, so we are just extending this gap ever so slightly here off the restart, after we've made the move. And yeah, Fernando Alonso, a little bit of an update on him. He is still dominating this race at the front, but John Wick is trying to keep him honest, I feel. Oh, there we go. Guy behind, gap now up over 1 second again. What's happened to him later on in the day? I mean, we're all in identical machinery, and the tyre wear isn't that bad. Surely he hasn't just destroyed his rubber. So we head through the final corner once again, still trying to drop it off that inside curve. I mean, this lap hasn't been anything special, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a pretty decent lap there. As always, he's made a big mistake, so I reckon he did have a slowdown penalty at the end of lap 9. Don't loop it round, please. Don't do anything stupid. Still hanging on to P4 at the moment. But yeah, this guy is going to keep us honest right to the very end. We just can't afford any hiccups inside the final 2 laps. Right, round in the final corner then, starting the last lap here from Austria. And we've still got a 1.5 second margin over the guy behind there. And he just cannot seem to get the line at the final corner, as we're still pretty much setting either 30 flats or high 29s there. As back through turn 1 we go. Just still over that bump, car likes to rock around a little bit, but I wonder if the delta is a little bit sort of misleading on GT7, because now we seem to gain most times on the traction zone, so I reckon it sort of converts from a raw distance perhaps and tries to guess the time from that. It just doesn't seem very consistent to me, at the very least there, because again, how he can out-traction us all the time. That time round we got a horrible run. But yeah, how he can out-traction us so many times there, and suddenly when we get the place we do the same to him. Not really too sure how much I believe that, but as we round the final lap here, just trying to make sure we don't do anything stupid in the final few corners. You can just see, yeah, the gap's still evident flowing between myself and the guy behind there. But Fernando Alonso, he's going to be heading down in towards the final couple of corners. It's been a long old time since we saw Fernando. Well, I mean, we saw him win Le Mans a couple of years ago, but it's been a long old time since we saw him win on a Formula 1 circuit. I don't think the Subaru WRX is ever going to get mistaken for a Formula 1 car there, but at the final corner, he comes through to take home the race victory. And Spain back on top once more there as we head through the final couple of corners. John Wick is going to wrap up in P2 there. I think the Swiss guy behind has made another mistake. The Italian in a P3, and we're going to come through for a very decent P4 there. The 29.7 lap to finish it off there. Mike in P6. The only man, one of the only people actually, sorry, not repping the WRX there. You can see he finishes up in, P6 there in his Ferrari. The only other guy is a Hungarian in a Beetle, and a Z4 as well. And safe to say, I don't think they were the cars of choice in this race today, though. They're going to come through in P12 and P13 there. But thank you all so much for watching this short little video. I sort of wanted to do a little bit more Gran Turismo 7 content, but I thought we'd keep it short and sweet there. I'm going to try and jump in to the Manufacturers Series as well as the other championship, the Nations Cup, sorry. Couldn't quite remember it, the name of it as well there. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back very, very soon with more GT7 races.